Okay, it is 5 o'clock PM on Tuesday, June 9th, 2026. I'll call this regular town board meeting for the town of LaPointe to order. Take a roll call. Mike Anderson.
Here.
Amy Baxter.
Here.
Samantha Dobson is not here yet. John Carlson.
Here.
And Glenn Carlson here. We also have our town clerk, our town administrator, our MRF supervisor, and members of the public. Are there any public comments? Did I see, right, Dave? And you're on mute. You're on mute, Dave.
Oh.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. I see that you got the considering moving the police department into the snow removal equipment building at the airport. And before you go down that route, that building was,
It's not at the airport, Dave. It's the winter transportation building.
But the memo says the SRE.
Yeah, but it's the winter transportation building.
okay,
Yeah.
the memo said SRE.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Okay, because that's federal funding and there are grant guarantees required for that. So, all right,
Thank
I
you.
stand corrected. Thank you.
Well, the memo stands corrected. Dave.
All right.
Any other public comment? Okay, hearing none. Next item on the agenda is to open bids for dust abatement.
2, 1. There's 2.
And you? We have a bid from Chemical Industries of Alberta, Canada, in the amount of $33,980 or 2,900 kilogram totes, 2,000 pounds per tote, so 20 tons basically. And the next one is from Kafka Dustbuster Plus. And they are pleased to submit the following quote for dust control solution. Full truckload of 38% calcium chloride, $1.65 a gallon. And full truckload of magnesium chloride at $1.60 a gallon. Price includes delivery and application. Price does not include any ferry charges. Beet juice, rust inhibitor, and road binder at 15 cents per gallon. So those are our two bids.
Okay, so I thought we were doing powder and mixing it ourselves, and why would we be paying by the gallon, do you know?
I can make comment on this, right?
Sure.
Okay. So the old way that was done when we didn't apply it ourselves is the tankers would bring a liquid form, which was a 30% mixture of calcium chloride.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up finding the place in Alberta that sells the flakes, which is 100%, and we apply it ourselves. So we spend less money and apply more miles.
Mm-hmm.
And so we prefer the flake formula, and what we end up doing is having the water tanker in a dry year where we don't have any rain go in front of the truck that's spreading the magnesium chloride.
Mm-hmm.
It goes quickly, it works well.
So is the Chem Industries that flakes that you like?
Yeah.
And the other one is not? They don't have that option?
No. So the place in Alberta they're actually a mine for magnesium.
Okay.
And I'm not sure how many of those mines there are, but as far as we can find, there's the only one in Canada.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, and the administration will take a look at those, I guess, and or are you going to make a recommendation down later? I guess there is an award approve of dust abatement bid. So you're all prepared to make a recommendation on the bids?
Well,
Pete wants to recommend the Chemical Industries. He asked if you guys would.
Obviously,
bid so he can get it rolling.
Okay,
And what does he have in the budget for that? Do we know?
Sorry,
What does he have set aside in the budget for that?
it's in the,
It's up,
it's in the 30,000s.
well,
I think it's like 34,000.
awesome.
Okay. Moving on to administrative reports, town administrator report. Any questions or comments? And obviously, it's not the SRE building, it's the winter transportation building.
I've got a question.
Go ahead, Jim.
For number 3, we were talking about, people were complaining about the bathrooms not being open at the rec center. I thought at the one meeting, we were told that they would be open on the weekends.
I came from, I don't recall that.
Yeah, we discussed that because I brought it up. And that's John's right.
I think that I had anticipated that we would do it on Memorial Day weekend with influx of all the people, but we have to get everything cleaned up by or Tuesday morning before the kids came back. And we just decided not to do that, so.
So the bathrooms aren't open for the public until school's out.
School's out Thursday, so that we're back to normal on Thursday. They'll be open all the time then.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments for Max on his report? Okay, moving on, Public Works Director's report. Questions or comments?
I guess my question would be for Pete. It looks like you guys have been putting down a lot of gravel on the roads. I'm just wondering how we're doing on gravel, for
We
future.
might have a couple thousand yards left, but so the supply is pretty low. What we would like to have.
Yeah, so I guess let Pete know that he should be putting that in the budget for this year.
We set some aside last year already, didn't we?
We didn't. We
We didn't.
started and then Pete said, we got plenty of gravel.
Oh,
We didn't, we decided to spend our money elsewhere,
okay.
but gravel's expensive
Yeah.
and it's hard to get. So yeah, I think we should put some aside come budget time.
Any other questions on the Public Works Director's report? Okay. Supervisor's report? Thank you, Evan. Airport Manager's report. Planning and Zoning Administrator's report.
Max is here. So in Rich's report, on the 3rd paragraph, he's pleased to announce that we got the grant for $38,400 in funding for the interoperability for the EMS radios, blah, blah. But in Sarah's report, she has 48,000, almost $10,000 difference. So what's the?
I think the radios cost 48,000, but we only got a grant of 38.
So Rich's amount is,
The state share.
Yes.
yeah, got it. And neither one of them. She's always here.
Any other questions for Rich's report? Okay, Accounting Manager's report. Police Chief's report. Fire Chief's report. Ambulance Director's report. Oh, Fire Chief's.
I'd like to go back to, because, Pete's not here, but Evan's here. But
What would you like to go back
Public
to?
Works. In his paragraph, he talk about the beavers up on the north end, wrecking and he got it in his report that you gotta go up there like a couple days. You gotta take equipment and, I mean, beavers are a wonderful animal, wonderful engineer, but when it comes, I'm just saying that when it comes to costing the town a ton of money to be nice, there's another way to take care of them. where you're not so nice. So that's, I mean, that's just the reality.
Yeah.
And I don't want the town to go through a bunch of money by going, you know, oh, you poor beavers, you know.
So
So you would like a beaver skin coat?
Well, think about trapping on or,
Next, can I discuss
That's,
yeah.
the meeting or would you like the,
Go ahead.
So, the town was working on a contract with the, I forget what federal department it is, who does trapping, because it was affecting our road.
And move them off the island?
It would be either live or kill trapping, depending on what these guys depend on doing. The beavers start affecting the county culvert. So the county already has a contract in place. The Wilderness Preserve has purchased the land that the beavers have their dam on in hopes of preserving that beaver den. So last Wednesday, there was a meeting with members of the Wilderness Preserve, with the two guys who do the trapping and myself going over the beaver situation that's out there. Because the beavers are on Wilderness Preserve land and they want to preserve the beavers, these guys can't go in there and trap because they're not getting.
But the beavers are flooding the culverts, right?
Yeah, but in order to trap the beavers, they need to go where they live. I mean, they could trap in the road right away. It's not as effective. And also these guys would like to keep, to not start making enemies with the Wilderness Preserve, and would like to work with them. So after meeting with them, the Wilderness Preserve is going to come up with a couple plans or solutions in hopes of preserving that beaver den that's in there without trapping. Present it to the county, because one of the things they want to do is I think it's a beaver deceiver that, or something like that, that helps keep the water flowing through the culvert, and the beavers are, when the beavers are trying to dam.
PVC pipe.
Along with a possible fence to try to keep the beavers from going across Schoolhouse Road and causing issues.
Gotcha.
So there'll probably be a lot more information on this moving forward. The Wilderness Preserve, I think Max reached out to the Wilderness Preserve about, the fact of they're clogging our ditch. And I think there's gonna be more discussion on if they want to keep the beavers, then there has to be something in place that when they start affecting our road, that they're responsible for the cost. But again, that's gonna be further down the road.
That, I guess what I'm getting at is when I read Pete's report and he says that every couple of days he's got to send equipment and crew up there to get rid of their help, unplug the culverts. And I'm just saying that why should the town go through all this huge expense when there's other ways to eradicate the beavers?
well, it sounds like they're working on it.
Yeah.
So, John, did you have a comment?
oh no, I was just basically gonna say what
Okay,
Evan did, because they had asked me and it's like, it's Wilderness Preserve. I can't do it.
right. Okay, well, thank you, Evan. Moving back, we were, I think, at the police chief's report. Were there any comments on the police chief's report?
So the ATV rules, that doesn't mean these little things that everybody's driving, right? It was,
I don't know what these little things are that,
okay. No, like what Arnie has.
That's a UTV. This was just basically the same thing as it's a side by
oh,
side.
yeah, they're saying,
Oh, so there's new rules.
There,
Okay.
the way. Okay, the island has routes, but no trails because there's so much there's no public property. And Bayfield doesn't have routes, but they have trails. But in order to get to what Tom is saying in his report is that in order to get to the trails, there's no way to get to the trails unless you trailer them. You have to trailer a UTV or an ATV to get to the trails in
Oh,
Bayfield
so they're
County.
trying to work with Bayfield to get get at least one road open from the ferry to the trails over there?
Yeah.
Okay,
You know, it's a real pickler. I mean, I don't know,
Okay.
you know, what do we do?
Okay, any other questions on the police chief's report? Fire chief's report? Ambulance service? And I would like to note Sarah's acknowledgement of the passing of Cindy Delvell. She was an important part of the community for many, many years, 20 years at least. So, okay, any other comments on the ambulance director's report? Is there unanimous consent to place these reports on file?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, moving on, Public Works, Road, Stock and Harbor, we have a purchase order for a lot of paper products and cleaning supplies for the town park.
I will make a motion to approve the purchase order in the amount of $5,250 for the Lakeside Products for the paper products.
I'll second.
It's been seconded, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Committees, planning and zoning, I don't think we have anything under there. Under Town Hall Administration, approve the agreement for use of Russell Park with Grandpa Tony's.
I'll make a motion to approve the agreement. Grandpa Tony's.
I'll second.
Been seconded
We do this every year.
Yeah.
every year that we've been doing it. Yeah. And this is pretty much, Max, what we did last year, same agreement. Okay,
And they've already paid for this year.
great, awesome. Like that. Okay, we did have a motion and second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next is the committee update discussion. And John, this is along the lines of what you had asked us as far as getting progress reports. from
Right.
Committees. Max and I did have a little discussion about this, and one of the ideas that we had is that that every committee or task force be required to submit an annual report at budget time to the town, whether or not they're requesting money from the town, and also to appear before the town board at budget time as a committee. Now, that's just one idea. I don't know if you have other thoughts.
No, I just think that they should meet with us at some point in time to let us know what's going on, if they run into problems, if they got questions for us.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, they all have these goals. And I don't know if they've been sticking with what the town board's asked of them.
One of the other things, actually, and good point, one of the other things we said, Max and I were talking about, that should be on this form that they fill out at budget time is, should your committee continue to exist?
Yes.
Okay, so, and I think that there might be some actually that haven't met in over a year, that might be, willing to admit that they are,
Dissolve.
that they are ready to be dissolved. The Energy Committee is a good example. They've done great work over many, many years. But it seems now that we have the in-house expertise, if you will, but we've done enough solar projects that we don't need necessarily an Energy Committee to tell us what the next solar project should be. Anyhow, but that's
Well,
just one
we
example.
can always start it up then too, and say, we want a project, we'd like the committee, we need volunteers. They can always be restarted.
Yep. Anyhow, does anyone have any further things other than, would that make sense to the board to require that at the time we do
That's fine.
budgets? John?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, just something.
Okay, Mike?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. I don't know if we need to take a vote on it, but just Max, as part of the budget process, if you make sure that all the committees
Yeah, and I'd also like them to articulate their objectives for the next year, so that when that year goes by, we can come back and say, oh,
Right.
That makes a lot of sense.
Well, I think then too, maybe some of the committees that are older, show them like their bylaws, and they all have goals or their objective to make sure that what they're doing is part of their objective.
aligns with that.
Yes, because I've watched some of the meetings and they're going to the left or to the right, they're not staying on their course.
Okay. Thank you, John.
Mhm.
Next item is award the dust abatement bid, and we've heard that Public Works would like to recommend that we go with the Chem Industries bid.
I'll make a motion that we go with the Industries bid and the amount of $32,980 for the 20 tons ish.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded, discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, discussion of ADA doors for the town and library. And now we do have the amount for the electrical aspect of it. And thank you for getting that to us, Max. And obviously this exceeds the amount that's in the budget. Are there any recommendations from the town administration?
Well, the issue was that the library was said that they would, for theirs, which is just the cheaper of the two, must be less work to do that. They would cover the shortage, but I really haven't got confirmation of that.
Okay,
Absent that, I would ask the board to approve one or the other. It's hard to know which one would be first. I don't know I don't know what happens at the library. So like to make a recommendation, well, this one is used more, would need that kind of thing more often. It's hard to know, but I would probably recommend that we would do the town hall. And then if the library did, if their board did say, hey, we've got designated fund money, we'll approve it, then we can approve that later.
okay.
That would be my recommendation.
How much over budget would the
This is,
town be?
this totals 21 plus, not 17, was 38, and we had 27
Uh,
for all.
and so 11,000 over between the two.
Yeah.
Do we have a breakdown as far as, I mean, was there any sort of breakdown as far as allocating that budget amount between
No,
the two?
initially, the guy just kind of gave me a budget, for all four doors. He didn't, and he hadn't been here yet. So when he didn't come here, and this was before the winter,
Okay,
and then he didn't come until after the fair started running again, and then really looked at everything. That's why the budget number was pretty undershot.
So is it fair?
Last year.
yeah. Is it fair to say that the 11,000 overage, we could split between the two locations pretty evenly?
Well, the town administrators designated fund too. We have something like 40,000 in that. But I'm not even 100% sure what the rules are for that. But I mean, that's a proposal for you guys, if you want to talk about splitting that.
Do we, so do we have somewhere that we can find the overage if we decide to go that route?
Well, we could cover half of it for sure. And I
Okay,
know that the libraries, they have ample designated funds if they want to use it.
I think what Max said in the beginning, that's the way we should do the town hall. And then let them get together and say, we're gonna put in X amount of dollars from our designated funds to complete our project over there. And then say, okay, and then we'll put in the other amount and then do that.
so there is a budget that would fully pay for doing the town hall doors.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions or comments?
Well, how much of the bid from the ADA door person is travel? So are we gonna be doubling that amount by holding off for a year on one?
Well, I think, yeah, I mean, it's a very pretty brief quote for
Yeah.
this kind of money.
Yeah,
You know, that's a very good point. I think I should go back and get some more detail. on
Yeah.
This, what's not included. We covered the electrical, but, and all the other stuff, painting, patching, the town crew can do that.
right.
But to the extent of travel time,
I don't really think we should vote on this until we have an answer from the library, how much they're willing to give us towards it. And we know if it will be a large expense to do it in two chunks instead of,
I would say have Max call this guy and say, you know, give him the scenario, like if you were to do this project first and not do that project until later, how much more, or if it,
does that make that big
yeah,
up a bunch? Because you have to come back here.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's fine.
Is that agreeable with everyone?
Well, maybe Mac could let the library know too, we're gonna be making a decision and they need to make a decision.
Right.
on
Yeah, sooner the
How
better.
much
Right.
they're gonna put in,
Pitch it, yeah.
Good point.
kind of, okay, let's go.
Yeah, no, good point. Thank you. Okay, so we will move on to the next, which is resolution 2026-0609 to amend the 2026 fee schedule to incorporate the most recent tariff submitted for the ferry line.
I've got a couple.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution 2026-0609 with some discussion.
Yes. I'll second that.
Okay, moved and seconded. Discussion. John?
On page 2, where it says commodity fairs. I don't really think that these fall into what a commodity is.
Okay,
Say that again.
the commodity fairs.
Or it says commodity fairs, like bicycles, e-bikes. I don't think any of that stuff is really a commodity.
I don't know why those are under that. That's a really
I
good
don't-
question.
And then second, I don't feel like we should be voting on this yet because you guys are still negotiating with Darling's Grocery Store. And either we approve these and we wait to approve the contract with Darling's,
When you say those guys,
the Harbor Commission.
Yeah.
The
So,
Harbor Commission.
John, what this, just to clarify, so the Harbor Commission, adopted or recommended to us, a new tariff, tariff number 5, which included, the treaty day and included the ferry pass benefit for the town employees. It also, included the, if you will, the change in the hourly rate for cargo like Darling's, and also changed their what would have been the charge for palletized cargo to have it be on a tonnage basis. So the $14 a ton versus $5.25 per 100 pounds, which would be like over $100 per ton. Now, when that came to the town board, we approved the tariff without those last two things in it.
Right. And you're still working on a contract with Darling, so we don't have that information yet.
Right, but we have submitted to the state already that tariff for those other things. So within a few days, those are going to be official part of the tariff. And so this is just to add what we've already done to the tariff. It's not anything to do with the new stuff. If the new stuff, if the Harbor Commission does have something that affects the tariff regarding Darling's and they want to move forward on that, that would come fresh to us. And we would then go through that whole process of approving that. So this is really just to put into our fee schedule the tariffs that we've already approved and that the state has like 3 days to rule on. Does that make sense?
It somewhat makes sense, so I guess for my next thing at the next Harbor Commission meeting, because I believe then if we're making special things for special agreements with, one business on the island. Every business should be able to come to the Harbor Commission and ask for the same thing.
That would be a question for the Harbor
Harbor
Commission, yep. Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion on just adding what we've already approved and submitted to the fee schedule? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next is to approve the contract with LaPointe Construction, and this is for, I believe, electrical, contracting.
I'll make a motion to approve the contract between the town of LaPointe and LaPointe Construction for electrical work.
I will second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
I just have one quick discussion is probably would be like in this contract. Okay, it says the contractor per hour rate will be $80 an hour, but in the bid we just approved, it's $90 an hour. So, I mean, like, what is, you know?
The,
Well,
process with Troy before, I sent out a contract, but maybe there's a side.
well, what it seems to me is though that, you know, one is a kind of a standing,
This one.
yeah, the $80 an hour. And the other one was kind of a one-off project.
See, that's what I'm wondering, is that different? You know, like when you asked her to, or asked them to do the bids or do the, you know, is that different than this one?
Well, we didn't, the contract hasn't been signed. I had talked to Troy, it's, yeah, just leave the rate the same. I was pressuring Marissa to give me this board meeting. I don't know if she and Troy connected. I don't know, but.
We'll hold them to this one. $10 cheaper.
Well, then again, I think, you know, if a vendor knows that they're going to be kind of your standing contractor for electrical, I can understand why they might give a lower
Yeah.
hourly rate than if it's just one project,
Right.
you know, on a project basis. So, any other discussion on this? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, to approve the amended vehicle and traffic ordinance, chapter 425. And if this looks familiar, it should, because we did this, I think a couple meetings ago, and made the area outside the fence at the marina storage area. We made that no parking at all. And after getting feedback from various people, it sounds like we would accomplish what we wanted to accomplish if we simply did not allow overnight parking.
Yeah.
So is there a motion to approve the amended ordinance?
I'll make a motion to approve the amendment with discussion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion?
And so Evan's here, but do you guys, because when we made our ordinances, parking ordinances, 2:30 to 5:30, like they have down on here.
Mhm.
Oh, we had a whole bunch of signs. Are they still out in that sign shed?
They might be.
Because rather than buy new, because I mean, a new sign's probably,
This would, yeah, if we have these, we'll use them.
yeah. I would say check that and see if there's a bunch of them. And non-reflective, obviously. Or reflective,
They're reflective.
Yeah.
Any street sign has to be
because at
reflective.
2:30 in the morning.
I mean, yeah, we'll use what inventory we have.
Yeah.
A handful got used up a year or two ago. So we'll have to look.
Yep.
Any other discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next is the updated ESB microgrid proposal. Thank you, Max, for your analysis.
Yeah, for Mike's request, so I went back to Joma, and they did kick the price up a little bit more than 5% from when we first talked about this, so now the project would be 213,000, the grant, and this is just proportionate. I
Mhm.
have to confirm that, but then the grant would be 104, and we would be expected to contribute 108. And then we would have a system that's Buy American compliant, but it wouldn't have the inverter that we intended for the project.
For the battery. Where does this, where would this come from in terms of the budget?
It would be in the capital.
Do we have, I mean, do we have this amount in the budget for that project?
I think we have, because we kind of stole some money when we talked about the idea that we might have to get an engineering study for Big Bay Town Park.
Mhm.
And that we put 45,000 in there.
Okay,
I don't know if that'll really happen this year. We'll really get that far along that we want to do that, but without that, we could cover this. I mean, without having to allocate money for a detailed, and I actually, 45,000 is not enough for the detailed study. You know,
Okay.
this won't happen like that.
well, how much do we have in the budget right now for this ESP?
120,
Okay, for our share,
yes.
Yeah,
and we're looking at 108,
yeah.
so it's under the budget.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a motion or further questions?
I just got another question.
Go
So,
ahead, John.
so the project's 215,000. Joma's portion is 199. We still have this, so the 13,000 that's left over in that, that's
Yeah, that's another point.
administration.
From the beginning, there was money in there. Whoever put the costing together, having put it in, and I think rightfully so, administrative costs. Because it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
And so that money is really soft money. No, I mean,
that's the town's money then.
it's the town money and I'm not charging hours to the project or anything like that. So there's another pickup
Okay,
of 13 grand right there.
okay.
But we are positive that the administration fees are going to the town. and
Yes.
not-
Yeah, not to a third party.
Any other questions? Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the ESB microgrid project,
Plan B.
Plan B,
Which one's the year?
6/5/2026.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded. Any other discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye, opposed? Carries. Next, we have vouchers.
I will make a motion to approve the vouchers in the amount of $91,104.77.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the regular town board meeting, May 26, 2026.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Yeah,
Okay,
for the
John.
committee minutes.
Yes.
It just says minutes. I would like it to make sure that it says, I asked about the community center with the child care task force.
Mhm.
And basically the town board was told that was all hypothetically. Hypothetical child or community center.
Yeah.
I would like it. It's under.
Committee minutes.
Minutes.
Like
I actually
that.
just have that copy that you wrote on. Do you mind?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, we-
Just so I can have that.
Oh,
It's okay.
you can have this. I don't care.
Thanks.
I don't need that anymore.
So we'll amend the minutes to
Yeah.
reflect your concern, your question.
Yep.
Okay, did we have a motion?
Yeah.
We do have a motion on this.
Minutes.
Any other and there's agreement on the correction?
Sure.
Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, under emergency services, we have a purchase order for hydraulic rescue SCBA service.
I will make a motion to approve the purchase order in the amount of $5,500 to industrial safety.
Second.
It's been seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, public comment B. Do we have any other public comment? Okay. Moving on, liquor licenses. And Alex, tell us how you'd like us to do these.
You can do each one in a motion. So like letter A, you can do all three of those in one motion. Letter B.
Why don't you read them off and we'll just.
Yeah, and have, and that issue's been resolved.
That one is still pending. I need to check in with the sanitary district. She says that checks are in and have been sent. I just have to confirm it before I issue the license.
Okay, and so this is going to also then be pending that, right? So
Yeah.
the motion is approval
Pending.
pending that. Okay. And so basically we're approving each of those with that note on several of them.
Okay.
Okay. So the first is a combination Class A liquor license and Class A fermented malt beverage license for Madeline Island Yacht Club, Monique Darton, Mission Hill Coffee House, Marie Noha, and Farmhouse Madeline Island, Darling's Grocery, Lauren Shupe, pending debt payment. Is there a motion to approve those?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
I have to flip a coin.
Jamie.
That's quick.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, motion carries. Next, Class B liquor licenses for Bell Street Global, Bell Street Tavern, Joseph Wiltz, Bell Street Restaurants, Inc., Beach Club, Joseph Wiltz, and the pub on Madeline Island, Inc., Hristo Kapanarov.
I'll make a motion to approve the Class B liquor license.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, reserve Class B liquor license for Middle Road Literary Art Society, Inc., Tom's Burn Down Cafe, Kirsten Peterson.
I will make a motion to approve the reserve Class B liquor license.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, moving on to Class B, retail sale of fermented malt beverages license. We have Madeline Island Golf Club, Inc. with Ken Myrie, Rock House Food Truck, Elena Bengiva Erickson, Bell Street Global, Bell Street Tavern, Joseph Wiltz, Bell Street Restaurants, Inc., Beach Club, Joseph Wiltz, Farmhouse Madeline Island, Farmhouse Kitchen and Inn, Lauren Shupe, pending debt payment. Middle Road Literary Art Society, Tom's Burn Down Cafe, Kirsten Peterson, the pub on Madeline Island, Hristo Kapanarov, A Girl on Her Lake, Bell Street Gallery, Kayla Picciano, Frankie's Inc., Grandpa Tony's, Susan Flores, and McBurto LLC, Firefly Market and Cafe, Lauren Berto. Do we have a motion to?
I
approve
will
those?
make a motion to approve the Class B retail sale of fermented malt beverages.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have Class C wine license for Frankie's Inc., Grandpa Tony's, Susan Flores, A Girl in Her Lake, Bell Street Gallery, Kayla Picciano, Farmhouse Madeline Island, Farmhouse Kitchen and Inn, Lauren Shupe, pending debt payment, and McBurtaugh LLC, Firefly Market and Cafe, Lauren Berto. Is there a motion to accept those?
I will make a motion to approve the Class C wine license.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have cigarette and tobacco license. One for Farmhouse Madeline Island LLC, Darling's Grocery, pending debt payment, and second for Middle Road Literary Art Society, Tom's Burned Out Cafe.
I will make a motion to approve the cigarette and tobacco license.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? And non-intoxicating beverage license for Bell Street Restaurant, Inc., Beach Club, Bell Street Global, Bell Street Tavern, Farmhouse Madeline Island, Farmhouse Kitchen and Inn, pending debt payment, Farmhouse Madeline Island LLC, Darling's Grocery, pending debt payment, Frankie's Inc., Grandpa Tony's, the Middle Road Literary Arts Society, Inc., Tom's Burndown Cafe, the Pub on Madeline Island, Inc., the Rock House Food Truck, Madeline Island Golf Club, Inc., Madeline Island Yacht Club, Mission Hill / LaPointe Provisions, Bell Street Gallery, A Girl and Her Lake LLC, and McBurtaugh LLC Firefly Cafe and Market. Is there a motion to approve those?
I will make a motion to approve the non-intoxicating beverage license as presented.
Okay, is there a second? Moved and seconded. Discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have a request for a temporary Class B picnic license for the LaPointe Center for their summer concert series.
I will make a motion to approve the temporary Class B picnic license.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. You have the specific dates.
Yep,
Okay.
yeah, it looks like it's every Thursday, starting the 25th of June up until September 3rd. And then they're also gonna do the inline marathon.
They're having music that whole weekend or?
Yes, I think it's just that one day, the 20th.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Any other discussion, question? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Moving on, lawsuits and legal, and tomorrow's a big day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I sent out the Zoom info. You have permission to appear. Just please mute yourself. The judge gets upset when he can hear other things.
Dogs barking.
Yeah.
Or can we talk about it?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, he might not make any type of decision. He might just,
He probably won't.
What?
Probably won't. He probably, so our lawyer wasn't sure how this would be structured. He might ask for opening statements from each lawyer.
like they did last time.
Or he might just come out and ask questions. But if you ask me to handicap it, I would say he'll take it under advisement and issue a ruling later.
You don't know how long he gets to do that.
I know it's not like the DOR or those folks. There's no timeline for those guys.
Okay. All right. Any other questions for Max on the highly watched?
I would say if Bryce would, if he gets a chance to talk to Judge Yackel, just say, this is going on what, 4 years or something?
I'm sure the judge is
Point that out.
aware of that, but
We've been waiting quite a while.
and I don't know this judge that I never appeared in front.
It's Judge Yackel Jr.
You know,
John, yeah, it's John's son. Yeah, I know his father.
Okay. Any other comments on the legal issues? New agenda items for future meetings, anyone?
We'll have the ADA door discussion. Again, I have one last liquor license and a couple soda licenses.
Anybody else? All right, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Bye.
Aye, opposed?